Guys, so we're back working on the Saturn, and this time we're going to be throwing the turbo on. So we've already got this exhaust pipe, it was from the old stock exhaust, and the flange is welded back on, so it kind of sits down. It's hard to see, so it ends right there. You can oh fuck, the gimbal just died or something. Oh. Okay. It just like shit out.
Well, if you want to pause it and then cut it out.
Yeah, now I can edit this. So the engine bay is obviously painted, as you guys can see from before. But here's that exhaust, so it's just sticking out right there. Right now we welded the turbo. Oh, Talon welded the turbo because he's the welder. Where'd you set that?
Right here.
So this turbo is 100% custom now to fit this exact car. So I took the wastegate off. This is a wrist pin off of one of my Vitar pistons from the Honda. That's now the oil return. The wastegate hole is welded shut, so this thing's going to be making max boost. And then this pipe is welded on to attach to that pipe down there. So once that is on, I can measure what I need for intercooler piping. It's not really intercooler piping because I'm not going to run an intercooler. It's just going to go from the cold side of the turbo to the intake. And after that's done, it's just hooking up an oil return line and an oil feed line. But we're about to weld this on to the bottom up there. Probably make a bracket to the engine because that's a lot of weight for that one pipe. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, so this is how it looks like in the car. Once it's tacked and welded, that's how it's gonna be forever because it won't come out. There's no space. That's why Talon's welding it in the car. Well, from the bottom here. Right there. Alright, ready?
I mean, never in my life would I ever think I'd be welding in gym shorts, but yeah, man, I'm down.
You're rocking the sandals too. Always.
Always want to be like Charlie, man. My idol, blood.
It's just comfortable. That's how the turbo sits. I'm going to be moving that coolant hose over a little with zip ties, of course. But we're about to start it up because I want to hear how it sounds. And I won't run it long because there's no oil lines hooked up yet. But I just want to see if it spools and what it sounds like mostly. That sounds so cool. I heard turtle noises. Hold down the gas all the way. Yeah, it's spooling, so we're gonna hook up the oil lines hopefully. That way we can actually run it for longer than that. Talon's just having fun over there. Yeah. Smokes a bit. That could be just all the shit that was inside the turbo.
The brake line fluid that you put in the turbo?
Oh yeah, I did that. We just got back from Home Depot. Got the custom intake piping made out of some PVC. So that's gonna go. I gotta chop it down. It's hard to do one-handed too. But from the intake to the turbo, it's pretty badass. Talon got it all cut up and fitted on while I put the oil return line on underneath. But we can't get any further tonight because the oil line to the feed line. I don't have the right fitting. I bought the wrong one. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna get that and throw it on, and then just gotta put the hose from the line or the back of the block to this one right here, and it'll be good to run, and it will be making boost. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
So for some reason the battery kept dying, probably because it's like, well, I don't know how old it is anymore. Painted over it. But I'm gonna leave this on the charger, and first thing in the morning I'm gonna get a fitting and continue this video. Alright, so this morning we went and got a fitting, the correct one this time, and now it has oil going to the turbo. So we're gonna start it up and see. Hopefully this thing makes a little bit of boost, but not too much, because there's no wastegate after I took it off. But we're about to find out.
Well, guys, we took it on a first little run, made it, down the block, and it died. So we're trying to push start it to see if it'll work. They're trying to push start it. But for the most part, I don't know what's going on with it. We might have to push it back in the garage and see what we can figure out. But that's where we're at right now. It ran good.
Get out of the fucking road!
For like 2 minutes down the road. I pulled pretty good in first gear, but yeah, we're a little tied up right now.
I know where that's at. Alright, so we got it back. Initially I thought the timing chain might have skipped timing, but it looks really tight, and it's really hard for these to skip timing unless it's like actually broken. But took the valve cover off to check that, and then I pulled the spark plugs out, and they were covered in oil, so it wasn't getting any spark. It did throw an engine code, so it says multiple misfire detected, and so I cleaned these off. I'm gonna let the cylinder kind of dry out from all the gas. At least there's still oil in it, and I'm gonna re-gap these because they're all kind of different. So that one's really tight. I'm gonna do that, and then we'll throw them back in and see if it'll start back up. Alright, so it looks like the head gasket blew. It did make quite a bit of boost in that one pole, but I think I'm gonna take the head off and see if it's fixable. If not, I'll probably end up junking this car. Alright, so I'm still getting this head off. I have a lot of things off so far. Got the timing cover off because I have to remove the timing chain, and everything that's hooked up is just the intake and the exhaust, sort of, because the turbo kind of got stuck in there. But 90% sure it's the head gasket, because you could tell it had low compression when I was trying to start it, and it wouldn't start after it broke down. But I'm gonna end the video here. So I'll be working on this thing tomorrow. Probably get the head off and maybe replace the gasket if that is officially the problem, because I definitely want to fix this thing. I wasn't satisfied with only one pull on boost, and it actually pulled pretty hard. So we'll see you guys in the next video.